Welcome back to When the Mask Falls. This is episode 20, When Awareness Hurts. So, tonight's episode is a little messy, uncomfortable, and quite honest. I'm recording this right after my therapy session because my brain will not stop spinning. Because being self-aware while living with mental illness is absolutely brutal. You see yourself falling apart in real time, the impulsivity, the panic, and the negative self-talk, and you know exactly what's happening, but you just can't seem to stop it. It's like watching yourself drown, even though you know how to swim. Tonight in therapy, my counselor asked me one of those impossible questions. What do you do for your own mental health? I laughed that awkward defensive laugh and said, well, I started therapy. I started this podcast as an outlet, and I journal. But even though I knew how hollow that sounded, my journaling is quite chaos. Some nights it's 10 pages of thoughts, and other nights it's just a date and a goal like clean the kitchen or please don't cry today. Then he said something that hit me hard. It sounds like your job has become more of a priority and more important than your personal health. And he's right. Somewhere along the way, I convinced myself that if I just kept showing up for everyone else, for work, for Rotary, for my family, and for the rescue, that I'd eventually feel okay and be ready to take care of me. But that is not how it works at all. I told him how childish I feel sometimes, that I need accountability just to function. Accountability to eat, to walk the dog, to cook dinner. Who needs someone to remind them to take care of themselves? Apparently me. He didn't judge. He just said, then let's start there. So we set 2 goals this week. Small goals. 1, take my dog for a walk. And 2, make dinner. That's it. No pressure, no numbers, no guilt. Even if I do each task once, that will count. And honestly, that feels huge because when you've been stuck in survival mode for months, even the smallest act feels like climbing a mountain. But here's the part that I hate to admit, the laziness. Not because I'm lazy in the typical sense, but because that's what it feels like. My meetings ended around 3:30 today, and therapy wasn't until 7. For 4 whole hours, they were just gone. I didn't do anything. I just sat here. Because I didn't want to start anything new, knowing that I had my appointment coming up. I scrolled on Facebook and I stared at the wall. I thought about everything that I should be doing and still did nothing. And it's not rest, it's restless nothingness. It's that heavy feeling of guilt sitting in your chest, whispering, you wasted the entire afternoon again. Then after therapy, instead of doing the things that I need to do, like stringing donuts for our Rotary event tomorrow, here I am, sitting on the couch still, writing and recording this episode, because my brain won't shut up until I get these words out. It's the kind of laziness that isn't about not caring. It's about caring so much that you're paralyzed. Your brain is already 10 steps ahead of you, running through tomorrow's checklist. What if I forget something? What if I let someone down? What if people think I'm not doing enough? And with Rotary, tomorrow is one of our big events. It's the fun kind, the one meant to bring people together and put smiles on tons of kids' faces. And yet, here I am the night before, feeling frustrated and a little defeated. Because not many others stepped up this time. I get it. People have families, jobs, lives, but a part of me still takes it personally. It's like this voice in my head says, if you were a better leader, they'd be more involved. We've lost members, engagement is down, and as president, that hits me hard because I care deeply. and I want everyone in this club to feel like they belong, like their membership means something, the way that it means something to me. So I'm stringing donuts tonight after this. I'm organizing the volunteers, I'm double-checking details, and yet I can't shake the thought that maybe I'm still failing somewhere, that my effort isn't enough to keep people inspired. But then another voice reminds me, maybe just showing up and putting in my own effort will be enough. Maybe caring this much is the whole point. Awareness is such a double-edged sword. You know your patterns, your triggers, and your cycles, and you explain your diagnosis better than any doctor could. And yet, you can't seem to stop living them out. You watch yourself procrastinate. You hear your inner critic tear you down. You feel yourself isolating, voiding, and shutting down, and you know what's happening every single step of the way. Awareness doesn't make it easier. Sometimes it makes it worse, because you can't hide from it. You can't pretend that you don't know why you feel this way. You just sit in it, analyzing every move and judging yourself for not being better. That's the part that hurts, the gap between knowing and doing. You know what will help. Take the walk, make the meal, go to bed earlier. But your brain just says, not yet. And when the exhaustion sets in, it's not just physical. It's mental, emotional, and existential exhaustion. You start questioning everything. Why am I like this? What's the point? Why can't I just be normal for once? You see the suffering, the patterns, the endless loop of trying and failing, and you start to wonder if it's even worth the fight. That's where I've been lately. Stuck between awareness and action, guilt and grace. But maybe awareness isn't supposed to fix you. Maybe it's just supposed to keep you from giving up. Because no matter how much I hate this cycle, there's still a part of me that refuses to stop trying. I've become resilient. That little spark that says, okay, let's do this. One more time. Try again. That's the voice I'm choosing to listen to right now. The one that says, I'm still worth the effort, even when I don't feel like it. So this week, my focus is simple. Take the walk, make the dinner, string those darn donuts, and show up. Even if I'm tired, even if I feel like I'm not doing enough, even if no one else sees it. Because trying, even imperfectly, is still progress. Walking my dog might not fix my brain, but it gets me outside, moving and breathing. Making dinner definitely won't solve my anxiety, but it reminds me that I deserve nourishment. And stringing the donuts might not change the world, but it's one small way I show up for my community. Those little things matter. Maybe they're not signs of laziness. Maybe they're signs of persistence in disguise. So, if you're listening to this and you're caught in that same storm, if you feel like you're failing because you didn't do enough today, please hear me. You are not lazy. You are overwhelmed. You're self-aware and tired and trying your best to stay afloat. Awareness doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And maybe healing isn't about big leaps forward, but tiny steps taken again and again, even when your mind tells you not to bother. Because the truth is, showing up at all, that's courage. Caring enough to keep trying, that is leadership. And noticing your own pain without turning away, that's strength. So tonight I'm reminding myself, and you, to give grace, to rest without shame, to try without expectation, and to believe that awareness, even when it hurts, is still a form of hope. Until next time, this is Christina, and this is When the Mask Falls.